Hi, this is Stan with For Sky and Wake, and I'm here to talk about how to set up your brand new right engine harness. So the very first thing what we're going to do on the left hand side of the harness is to make sure that this is going to cover nicely and symmetrically right here. The very first thing I will want to do is to determine where the center of the spreader bar is. So if I go ahead and put this in here, you're going to have this axis here, which is not right. What you're going to do, you're going to take two hands on this and you're going to pull this coverage back as much as you can where the center of that is going to be. On the end you want to have a nice and looking harness like this. So when I put this spreader bar, it's nice and centered. So I pull with two hands, this slide down. So right now what I'm going to do, this is how you attach the hook, that it's not removing. It's going to the skinny part and it's riding up to the part that covers it. So this way the hook doesn't fall anymore when you're walking around the beach. So next thing what we're going to do, we're going to bring this thing tight. This is the center of the harness. So we're pretty good. We're styling here. What we're going to do, we're going to get rid of this as well. I'm just going to put it through the hole. And be done. Hook. So now we have nice center hooked that it's locked on the side. Since we're not going to be doing anything with this ever again, I'm going to go ahead and make it nice and pretty. Tuck this nicely here. Take your time on this because you're not moving this at all. So your right engine should look like this once when you center on the kite. So what's happening on the other side? This is the side we'll be using to get in and out all the time. The very first thing what we're going to do, we're going to repeat the same process and center our coverage here so it appears nice and clean when we roll it there. So what I'm going to do is just going to pull with two hands down, slide it down a little bit. That will look pretty cool here. Again, if I go ahead, most of you, this is probably what you guys do when you go kiteboarding. You have this dial probably like I did, and here you're just doing this, you're getting in the water and you're riding. What happens? We all know what happens. This slips. So the question is, how can I lock this the same way I did here, but still have this versatility to make it looser so I can get in and out? Simply, this is what we're going to do. Once when this is centered, we're going to loosen this strap, we're going to put it in a little hole here, and we'll always stay like this. So let's say if I want to go kite right now, this is pretty easy to get in and out, right? If I want to go kiteboarding right now, I have to tighten this stuff. So I'm going to pull, I'm going to put my hand inside this loop, make sure that this still stays here. I'm going to tighten my harness where it needs to be, and I'm ready to hit the water. I'm just going to do this. And that's how you're going to kite. If you want to make it pretty, doesn't matter. This is not going to slip anymore. If you want to make it pretty, you're just going to tuck this thing inside the pocket, and you're good to go. If I want to get out of the harness, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put my finger in this, loosen it up a little bit, like so, and I'm just going to lift up and get out. This is the only way to make right engine harnesses to not slip. They're very simple, but you have to follow those steps. Pretty straightforward. What we did in the last couple of minutes is for you guys to understand that you always ride with your hard engine harness locked from the back side of the buckle here. So this was the movable part of the harness. We locked this, we made it nice and pretty. So when we're getting in and out of the harness, don't forget that you always have to be in this loop setting like this. So if I want to tighten it up, I pull my hand inside, I tighten it up, but before I hit the water, I lock it in. Have fun, and if you have any questions, give us a call.